to order for Monday, June 22. We'll start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Todd.
All right, I'll be glad to do an invocation, and you're welcome to join me if you'd like to. This is optional. Our Lord and our God, we pause today to give thanks. Lord, we are grateful for all the blessings you shower down upon us each and every day. Lord, we're thankful for this township that we live in. We're thankful for the people in this township that give of their talents and their time to make this township even better. Lord, we pray that we approach each situation and each person tonight with humility, understanding, and grace. We pray that you guide our words and our actions and our deeds so that we make decisions that best benefit this township. And lastly, we pray that you look over our first responders. Lord, please keep the firefighters, the EMTs, paramedics, and law enforcement officers safe as they go about doing their duties in our township. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Nancy.
Jim.
Here.
Cy.
Here.
Henry.
Here.
Jessica. Present. Steve.
Here.
Todd.
Here.
David.
Here.
All right. Motion to approve the agenda, please. I don't think there's any changes to it.
So moved.
Support.
Second.
Wow, that was confusing.
One of the
It was moved by, I think, Henry and supported by
5 people.
Todd. That's fine. All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? All right. Now we need someone to approve the minutes for June 8th.
So move. Support.
Been moved and supported. Any changes to those or comments on them at all? No? All those in favor of approving the minutes say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Now we need a motion to approve the bills. General Fund 2000-041 through 2000-064 with EFT 974 through 978.
So moved. Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any comments? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No reports. Public comment. North Kent Connect.
Good evening.
Hello.
My name is Catherine Landers, and I'm the Director of Operations over at North Kent Connect. Thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. I'm sure many of you are familiar with North Kent, or perhaps have been connected to us for many years. As we continue to grow and respond to our community's needs, we just wanted to come here today and talk about, what we're focused on, because, we think when our neighbors really understand the direction and the heart of North Kent, we can continue to work on building a stronger community. At North Kent, our mission is rooted in a simple but powerful truth. Every person matters, no matter their circumstances. We're here not just to meet urgent needs, but to walk alongside individuals and families as they build stability, reclaim dignity, and take steps toward lasting independence. This year is our 53rd year of service in Northern Kent County. Since 1973, what began as a few local churches has really grown into a vibrant 28,000 square foot resource center. We offer comprehensive support from food access, housing, utility assistance, transportation help, case management, job training, and much more. We've evolved because the needs have evolved, but through every change, our heart has stayed the same, to meet people where they are and walk with them toward what's possible. Tonight, I want to share how we're meeting 3 of our community's most urgent needs: housing, transportation, and food. For housing, every week we meet families standing on the edge. They're just one unexpected bill away from eviction or utility shutoff. Housing instability is a growing reality in our rural community where support options are limited and attainable housing is hard to find. That's why North Kent Connect provides emergency assistance for rent and utilities, helping neighbors stay safely housed during times of crisis. But that's not all we do. Our dedicated case managers build relationships with those families and help them take meaningful steps toward budgeting support, job readiness coaching, and resource navigation. We also recognize that emergency aid alone isn't enough. That's why North Kent is actively partnering with local municipalities, housing organizations, and businesses to make housing more attainable and sustainable. Together, we're working to preserve the character of our rural community while opening pathways to home ownership so more families can put down roots and build a future here. With transportation, here in rural northern Kent County, it's one of the biggest and overlooked barriers our neighbors face. Jobs, medical appointments, groceries, school events, none of it matters if you can't get there. At North Kent, we bridge that gap by connecting clients to critical transportation resources. This includes gas cards for verified appointments, assistance with car repairs when possible, and rides through trusted partner agencies. They may sound like small gestures, but often they make the difference between keeping a job or falling behind. We also look beyond the immediate need. As an active member of the countywide mobility task force, we work to ensure that the unique transportation challenges in rural communities are part of the broader conversation in Kent County. One concern that continues to surface is we see clients walking or biking their way down Northland Drive to our building. There are no sidewalks or safe shoulders. So we're working with Algoma and some of our other partners around what can we do to make our community a little more walkable so people can reach essential resources. And finally, access to fresh food. It's really at the heart of what we do. Every month, more than 500 households visit our pantry, not just for canned goods, but for fresh produce, protein, dairy, and those pantry staples. We believe that fresh, healthy food should be accessible in every corner of northern Kent County. That's why we've begun delivering pantry items to families who can't access North Kent. And this summer, we're launching our Fresh Connect. It's a mobile food truck, and we're partnering with the KDL sites across northern Kent to distribute fresh produce to families, really looking to reach those folks who may not even realize they're eligible to receive services from North Kent. In total, last year we served a little over 4,500 individuals, each one carrying a unique story, a struggle, but a hope for something better. Behind every visit to the pantry or request for housing support is a person who just simply wants to be seen and supported. We're really grateful for all of our municipal partners and the community members who've been so supportive of our work over the last 5 decades, and we're really looking to build something that lasts longer than any one moment of need. A stronger, more healthier, connected community. If you haven't been to North Kent in the last few years, our building has grown and expanded, and I would love to invite you. You can go on our website and sign up to schedule a tour to see all of the exciting work that we're up to. So thanks so much.
Thank you. Any questions at all? Any comments?
I just want to say Emily at the front desk is amazing. So
great.
There's a thrift shop there that you guys can go to,
Yep.
and they also have a farmer's market that they have retail price and a discounted price if you need it. So it's nice to get like those nice farmer's market items.
Especially right now, we have fresh strawberries just from Krupp's Farm around the corner. So you can come get them.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, Catherine, I got a question for you. So you
Yeah.
get a lot of people that walk to North Kent Service Center or ride bikes to North
We
Kent?
do.
Okay.
So I think, we have several folks who, they don't have a car. So they might be coming from Rockford or down from Cedar along the White Pine Trail.
I was going to,
And then they're either accessing, from 12 Mile or 13 Mile, but that last way down.
I was just looking at a map, and it looks like it's only about a mile from the White Pine Trail to North Kent Service Center. And it'd be nice to be able to run either a trail along 12 Mile, or I see there's a big chunk of land to the west of your property, and it looks like it's owned by Dykema. It'd be nice to talk to them to see if they'd allow you to run a trail along the border of their property in the back of yours.
Yeah.
So,
More trails.
more trails.
We need more trails.
More trails.
Everything's trails with you.
Yeah,
But
No
it's
matter
not
what.
Cannon, though. It's an
Yeah.
Algoma.
That's okay.
That's
That's
not our bill.
No, it's fine. That's fine.
But that would be nice.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it would be nice.
That would be a good idea.
Trails.
So we'll work toward that. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for coming
you so
today.
much.
Appreciate it.
Come anytime, too. We like the update.
Huh?
It's a great thing that you do there.
Right. Yeah.
All righty then. All right. So anybody else, by the way? No? Anybody? No? All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, come on up.
Rita Proctor, 7860 Silver Hills Drive. Sorry.
That's okay.
I have spoken to all of you previously about actions and behaviors by West Michigan Properties, which is the company that is developing Judson Farms at 7305 Young Avenue. I just wanted to provide another update in regards to their ongoing indifference to their neighboring properties.
Okay.
During the week of June 8th, 2026, West Michigan Properties and or their hired subcontractors were seen burning a large pile of wood products as well as plastics and other refuse. I understand that West Michigan Properties received a burn permit from the Cannon Township Fire Department. However, numerous neighbors witnessed and reported the following on multiple occasions: a lack of constant supervision by a responsible adult, overnight burning and burning during non-daylight hours, burning of non-permitted items, including plastic, burning of materials that emitted noxious fumes that were perceptible to neighboring properties, and fallen ash on neighboring properties, homes, and vehicles.
I'm sorry, what was the last one? Ash?
Ash on neighboring properties, homes, and vehicles.
Yep.
WMP continued burning despite numerous complaints and open disregard for the conditions outlined in the Cannon Township General Ordinance pertaining to open burning with fire department permit, which is part 2, sections 142-4 and 5, and despite our attempts to reach them directly.
Reach who directly?
West Michigan Properties, yes. While it appears that the burn activities have since ceased, at least for the time being, I wanted the Township Board to be aware of these actions at this development. These actions are, of course, on top of other instances, multiple instances of trespassing and property damage that we've experienced from them in the past 6 months, and I've shared previously with you. Thank you.
Chief, how do we when we issue burning permits? What? Oh, Chief, when we issue burning permits, what do we do if we get complaints on them? Do we send people out, or what do we do?
Well, the issue with the burning of plastic and stuff was taken care of the day we received the complaint.
Were they doing that?
We did find some plastics.
Okay.
And we had them remove those items from the fire.
Okay.
They did meet all requirements for the permits each time they called for a permit, which was for like 3 or 4 days in a row that they were burning there. We responded several times out there to check the safety as far as fire issues. There wasn't any fire issues where the areas that they were burning.
Mm-hmm.
I know Matt went out there a couple times, correct? And the issue of them burning through the night, the problem there that develops sometimes, if you have them try to wet it down or something, then it smolders more than a clean burn, and so you create other issues there too.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are several contractors that do the same thing they did that week. Almost every development has used burning permit as a way to eliminate the wood products there. I guess the only way around that would be if the township developed a ordinance that would require them to chip and haul away, which we do not have. So,
Okay. Do some places have that?
I'm not sure, but that's
Well, we could maybe ask Ed to check on a chip and haul of wood scraps, lumber from developments and job sites. Is that what it is?
That would be the only other way around.
All
The
right.
developer would have to
All
get
right.
rid of it through.
I'll ask Ed about
process.
that. Did you see? Oh, there you are. Did you see? So we went out there. Apparently, did you see more after? Well, if you know, did they continue to do plastic burning after we were out there telling them not to? Do you know?
We did not see it specifically, but
Okay.
I spoke to other neighbors who were in closer proximity to the actual
Mm-hmm.
fire area, who did.
Okay. Well, we should probably find that out. I would say keep Ed informed about what's going on out there, because I know he has looked into these. The other thing is keep coming here and tell us, because I'm going to follow up with Ed on these right here. I'm making notes. So I guess we'll check on the chip and haul. That might be a township-wide thing we want to look at. And then with the rest of it, just keep calling if they're burning and make sure they have the permit and make sure we know what they're doing there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did they take care of your yard?
Previously,
Yeah.
the work, they ended up situating the work trucks and the equipment so that it actually didn't sit on our property like they thought they were going to. So there was no need to do the repairs that they, like the digging that they thought they were going to have to do.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks. Yes.
Hello, Lori Romsberg, 5738 Dorado Court.
Mhm.
I see in the agenda there was an email asking about data centers that wasn't answered. And I know Cortland has put a moratorium in place where my daughter's living out toward Mason. They're building one. So I guess I was wondering what our policy is on that.
We don't have one. The townships and communities need to be a little careful with, I think, doing things that would preemptively prohibit something that otherwise would have a right to come to the community for an application. So I think we could safely say here, though, that there's no place they could go that it would fit here. I just don't, unless the chief sold some property. You're gonna put a data center in, chief? Okay, sorry,
When he retires.
you were on the spot. No, so what we are looking at, I was talking to Ed when I got that letter, and one of the things I think the planning commission is going to look at is ordinance that would legitimately restrict them without prohibiting them before they come to us, which I think I'm no municipal lawyer, but I think that there would be an argument that that's unconstitutional, that you can prohibit something before it comes in. Although that is done, we prohibit all kinds of things. But I think one would need to be careful of that. But if we were, for example, to put, if we were to amend, and it might end up looking like something like this, where we put anything without specifically mentioning data centers, we could say anything of a certain square footage and a certain water use and a certain utility use and electrical use and impact on the grid. We could limit the size of them, and we could limit the amount of water they take, because we do have a water issue here in this township. We do. I mean, Rockford's trying to find water and they're having difficulty. We've got limited aquifers here. So the answer is that we are going to do something that would, another part of that would be, we could say that if there is anything along the lines of a data center, it would have to be in our industrial zone, which are tiny little lots. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I think I would also be worried about the noise.
Oh, yeah. No,
Certainly. So are we revising our ordinances to look and make sure things like water use, utility use, and
yeah.
is that something that's currently been done?
Do you know the status of that?
Yes, we're actually going through ordinances right now, and Ed sent me an email saying this on our agenda, saying that he's been working with our lawyer, Brad Fowler, to come up with some ordinances that would hold up and not be discriminatory, if that makes sense.
Well, cover the concerns that people have. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that to, I was going to talk about it later, but that's fine. You beat us to it. Thank you. Yes.
One more word on the data centers. They utilize PFAS in their cooling water.
Name and address, please.
Judy Wood,
Sorry, we just have to, I know who you are, but we just have to have it.
5414 Keys
There you
Street.
go. We should memorize it. Have it
We
memorized
should. I'm
by now,
sorry.
but that's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Go ahead. So yeah.
Yeah, data centers are notorious for using PFAS in their cooling water, and also because they have a lot of lithium batteries, which tend to get really hot. And
They're not good. They're not
No,
good.
they're not good.
There's nothing good about them. So
And they use fire suppressant PFAS subjects.
no
too.
doubt.
So
We just
that-
have, no, sorry, I cut you off. We have to be very careful about doing it so that we don't inadvertently open ourselves up to a lawsuit where they could force us to do it. So we're going to do it very intelligently. We're not going to, I don't think, deal with moratoriums or anything like that. What we are going to do, I think, the Planning Commission, which I think will come to us if it's going to be an ordinance amendment, it'll be done the right way and the legal way and the constitutional way. But we're on the same page with you. I think we could say that safely.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
What else do you have? Anything
That's it.
else? Well, you're
That's
up there. Anything else? Nothing?
Nope.
Okay.
Not tonight.
We ended up, by the way, this isn't really on our agenda, but this was a big thing for you, Judy, that of the 20 homes, I think we got up to 12 so far that were tested. And there were 2 that were very slightly above the minimum. And so they're working on Eagle's working on what they're going to do next about maybe more testing outside the original area. I know they are going to. Somebody called me the other day and said, I'm saying this because you were just up here and you were big on this, and that's good. She lives on Silver Maple right over here, and that's not in their little circle they had. But there was a prevalence, believe it or not, of cancer on that road. And so, which is not like the normal you would have on. And so they have agreed to test that whole street. So thank you for pushing that. So, are we still on public comment? Anybody have anything else? While we're at it, do you have any update on public comment on the artists, or are we still working on that? Perfect. All right. Well, all right. Nobody else. I will close that and we will get to Bob. You're here. Do you have any updates on 7 Mile? I don't either. I do know in talking, Representative Johnson was here 2 weeks ago and consumers did reach out to her already. So I will try to find an update of what she has talked to them about. But I believe that they're still on hold for everything. Have you heard anything different?
Bob Jennings, 58947 Mile Road. No, I don't have anything different. Everything appears to be on hold. I am still seeking out legal counsel.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Unfortunately, all the legal counsel that I've approached, which are Varnum and many other name brand legal firms, are either too overwhelmed with their rate cases with the Michigan Public Service Commission. One has a conflict of interest. I'm not sure what that is. I do have the argument finally to a lawyer that specializes in this, who is reviewing the argument and will hopefully get back to me within the next few days.
Well, this is a recurring thing on our agenda, so we don't lose sight of it. So you're welcome to come every time, even if you don't have much to add, and if we don't have much to add. But I think it's important that we stay on it with an agenda item, so that reminds us every 2 weeks to make sure we're on it.
Yep.
So anything you get between meetings, let us know.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to find out. I'll call Representative Johnson on that, and I'll maybe have a report by then. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of exciting. The next thing up is the North Kent Sewer update. What? Oh, no, this is actually pretty cool. So, you know, I'll give just a very...
Sewer exciting.
What?
When is sewer ever exciting? Keep going. I'm sorry.
Not having it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not trails. Because, yeah, it's because, wow. What's more important anyway? So anyway, as you all know, I think that Eagle came to us a few years ago and said that the PFAS that comes out of the North Kent Sewer facility has very high PFAS levels, which it did, which was interesting. They measure it when it gets out into the river at our pipe. If they went 100 feet downstream, it would have been normal because it would have been diluted by the river, but whatever. So anyway, so Eagle said to us, you have to clean that up and you will likely have to spend $30 million to treat the PFAS at the facility, which would then cost about $4 to $5 million a year on top of our normal budget to maintain the $30 million worth of treatment we add just for PFAS. It turns out, because we did our job quite well, Prine and Newhoff, we tested everything in the whole North Kent sewer area, and we found one business and an industry that was contributing high levels, and so we worked with them, and they put in programs themselves to end the PFAS that comes out of them. We took two. There was the big landfill. We took that off of ours because that was a major contributor. They contain it on site and remove it there. And so we got our PFAS readings at the facility down to about 38 from in the 400s by just being good at what we do. And so that they still say you have to do these things. So they went round and round with the negotiating team from the authority. I was not on that, even though I'm chairman of the authority. I wasn't on that because it's mostly a Rockford and Plainfield issue. And so those two representatives, Thad Beard and Cameron Van Weingarten, they were on our negotiating team with our lawyers and the engineer and Scott Schoolcraft, the director. So I asked, so finally we got a draft permit that said what we have to do, and we couldn't do it. I mean, we were not going to be able to do these things and pass on the costs to the residents, because it would have almost doubled everybody's bills forever, and we weren't going to do that. And so I asked Representatives Posthumus and Wooden. Wooden is the rep south of the river on Plainfield, and Posthumus has the north. And fortuitously, Wooden's a Democrat and Posthumus is a Republican. And I said, if there was ever a bipartisan issue, it's this, because nobody, I mean, there's people in the authority that they can barely make ends meet as it is, and doubling their sewer bill, you can't do that to people. Talking about North Kent Connect, people in housing. One of the Alpine, who's on North Kent Sewer, has the second largest Section 8 housing development, York Creek, in the state, I think, or West Michigan, or whatever it is. Those people, we cannot pass on these costs. And so they both agreed, and to their credit, to their great credit, they set up a meeting in Lansing that I went to, and on the way there, I called Mark Prine, our engineer. I called Cameron. I was on the phone because all the way there, and when I got there, they started talking, and Posthumus led it because it was in his office. And so what we ended up agreeing to, because I told them what I just told you, that we can't do this and it's unfair. They are, and I put this in here. What did I have? Okay, so I got the letter that you have in the packet was my letter requesting a hold on the enforcement of the permit. The day after I sent that letter out, I got an email from them. I didn't have time to put it on here, and we just got the formal letter that they've agreed to put a hold on the permit. They're not going to do any more enforcement of this. Not only that, they've agreed to work to get us $300,000 to do a study to find out the exact nature of the plume and what is involved in fixing it and solving this problem. Then I got a commitment from the state reps, and they've got to go to senators. But I said to Eagle very clearly, the draft permit, the hold is great. I said, but the draft permit says that we have to tell you on or before February 28 of 2029 that we're not going to be able to do compliance by October 31 of 2029. And I said, since today is before February 28 of 2029, I'm telling you right now, we're not going to do it. So you might as well know that now. And because we can't, and we won't. And they said, that's fine. So what this is going to look like is, and the reps agreed to really work on this. Posthumus is not going to be there. Whoever replaces him. And I haven't talked to any of the other candidates for Senate, but Gina Johnson, I will say this too about her. She was very helpful with me getting prepared for that meeting, because she has successfully taken Eagle on and gotten $21 million for one of her communities in her house district. So she was very helpful with that too. And she has pledged to get us the money. We think the ultimate fix is going to be about $25 million. And it's going to be rather than fix it at the plant, what we're going to do is prevent it from getting into the system, because the system where it's coming in is through laterals and the Rockford sewer system that's old, and it's all inflow and infiltration, and that just happens, except in Cannon, because we've shored up our system so much. But Rockford system is far different. It's far more involved, and it would cost, I don't know, 100 million to fix that whole thing. But I've got a commitment from Lansing that they're going to work next year on the funding for the entire project, get it done once and for all. But so far, we were successful in getting a hold on the permit. We're going to do a study, won't cost us anything or our residents anything. And I was able to convince the state their water coming to us, and that there's got to be responsibility by the state and not passing it on to us. So that's my update on that. Actually, it is very exciting. I was so excited.
I would agree. That was very exciting.
Yeah, it was very nice. No, that I came out of that and I'm like, did that just happen? And so I called Scott Schoolcraft and he goes, well, how'd it go? And I said, I think it went well. And he said, well, what happened? I told him, he goes, what's wrong with you? That went really well. And so, no, it's so far, it's really good. And we're going to get the funding from the state. Oh, and so Eagle said, well, 300,000, we don't, the biggest grant we have ever given is 250,000. And I said, well, the beauty there is that after this, you can't say that anymore. and so that's a good thing. And so then the state reps jumped in and they said, look, if it's going to be 250, we will find a way to get you 50 in the budget. So they're working on at least 50 in the budget. Eagle, we're going to get a grant from them, and there's no pressure on us to do this and put the pressure on the residents and the ratepayers, because that's a bad thing. Because it's not spread out through everybody. It's the users of the sewer, which would really affect Rockford, because it's not fair. So anyway, that's my update on that.
Well, you touched on it. You touched on it, but you were saying one time we were talking that the water in the ground belongs to the state of Michigan.
They're called waters in the
You got them
state.
to commit to that.
Huh?
You got them to commit. They own the groundwater.
Well, yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, it is theirs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge.
It was fun. And they also said, we spent all this time, man, I hope I haven't overstated this. I don't think I have. But anyway, they said that, well, after all the work making us go through with these negotiations, and we were right on the verge of suing them. The board voted to approve litigation. And honestly, the complaint was at the point where if we hadn't have done what we did the other day, I would have been reporting back here that the suit's being filed. That's how close it got, but that's the way things work. No, they agreed that it didn't make much sense to treat it. Here's what doesn't make any sense really about any of it. The water that's in the ground, it's all from that tannery site in Rockford, and it goes through the ground and it works its way to the river. That's where it's all going. What the authority does is just speed up the natural process because of the porous nature of these pipes. The water leaches into the system and it gets into the sanitary sewer. So it gets to North Kent. We treat everything but the PFAS because we didn't know that it was even in there. And then it goes into the river. If we don't touch it, it's going to go into the river anyway, just in a matter of many years. But it's good to keep it safe, get it out, and then it'll stay in the ground and nature will take its course. And then what we're going to do, once that's done, part of the study that Prine is going to do is find a way to get this, I think, potentially at least, how we take care of this and get it out of the water, because you've got the Rogue River and you've got all that there. But the other thing is that's part of this study that we're going to do. We had not many, about 3 years ago, I got a call from an attorney from Warner Norcross, and he was calling on behalf of Wolverine, and he said, will you accept water from the tannery site if we pump the water out and treat it at that site and get the PFAS out? So absolutely we will. but it's got to be clean, PFAS free, or at least non-detect. And we spent all kinds of time and effort, and Doug Donnell, the attorneys, different drafts of this thing. We finally got the contract where it was. We had signed it, and we thought that was a great thing to get it actually out of the ground. They never built it. And then the state released Wolverine, so they don't have to. That was the other problem I had with Wolverine and the state, because they released them from their litigation. They had them in, so we can't go after them even. So it's all very good. I hope I was clear how good it is, because it's very exciting. It's no trails, but it's very, very exciting. So, all right. That's anybody have any questions on any of that? Did I talk too fast? Does everybody get that? It's really cool. So we good? Got it? Okay, good. All right. Talking about exciting, ground penetrating radar.
Is everybody awake?
What was that? That was exciting.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was.
This isn't, so that's why I wanted to.
I see. Okay, yeah, they're awake.
Last year we did a study in the Cannonsburg Cemetery with a ground penetrating radar in the old cemetery, and we discovered about 24 graves that were there, not sold, and nobody buried in them. And so we increased our inventory by that amount. Unfortunately, 2 families bought them all. So we're back down to that. Cannonsburg Cemetery now has 4 spots left in it.
How many?
4.
4.
So this is in the old Bostic Lake Cemetery, called the Marshall Cemetery, that was part of the Bostic Lake Congregational Church years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears there's about 50 to 60 sites in there that there's no ownership, and no, you can kind of tell when there's a depression in the ground that there was a grave site there. Visually, it doesn't appear to be anything. So I contracted the same people we did ground penetrating radar in Cannonsburg, and I got a quote for $17,163.
Okay.
And this is about 4 times the size of the space that we did in Cannonsburg, and that was a little over 8,000. So it's about twice as much, but it's 4 times the space. So they're giving us a pretty good break on this. So I would like to make a motion that we accept the proposal for $17,163 to do a ground penetrating radar at Old Bostic Lake Cemetery.
Is there support?
Support.
Okay, it's been moved and supported. Is there? This is probably something that you can't really bid out. Is that right?
There are multiple companies that do this stuff. We bid it last time, and the other companies were,
we have a history with them.
Yes,
Right.
These people did our last one, and the last one, that 8,000. The other companies bid it were like 12 and 22,000.
All right, that makes sense.
So they were significantly less.
Okay.
And this is also the same company that we purchased our new cemetery software with. So
Well, that makes sense.
they're giving us a
All right.
Jim,
customer break.
roughly how many open cemetery plots do we have left?
In the whole township?
Yep.
Not including the
Right now we have 4 in Cannonsburg and 16 in Bostic Lake, in New Bostic Lake.
Okay.
So
Okay.
basically 20 spots.
Wow. All right. So
Plus, we're looking at the new cemetery.
how many will that have?
That'll have a little over 600 to start.
Spots?
Yeah.
Wow.
And another 2,000 that can be added on at a later date.
2,000?
Yeah. That should keep us going for about 100 years. So, got a plan for the future.
You'll probably still be on the board.
People are dying.
All those in favor say aye. This is great.
Aye.
All opposed? Jeez, oh, Pete.
That was good.
All right. Here's another thing that's really exciting. Belding Ramsdale Light. You all may remember that we're here last time when Representative Johnson came to introduce herself, and I told you what she had said to me about why don't you have a light at that intersection? And so we told her, and she goes, I'm going to look at that. And so you have an email in here under K2, but that's not the end of the story either, because although it's interesting, it's kind of a historical thing. Oh, they don't meet the whatever. So, but so she called me last week and she said, tomorrow I want you to be available at whatever time. And I said, what are we doing? And she said, we're meeting with MDOT. And we had a Zoom meeting with 5 people from MDOT, Representative Johnson and me, and it was fascinating. She got on this thing and she said, all right, why don't they have a light? And they said, well, because, and she goes, no, seriously, come on. And they said, well, and then they kind of read through what was here. And she said, well, how many people have to be hurt, or how many accidents do you really need before they get a light? And they're like, well, I get it, but you got to meet these warrants. And they explain the warrants. And she goes, I know about the warrants. And one of the things they said was that, you know, the more volume you have, the fewer accidents that you need to make up for the, you know, like if you have not a ton of volume, but a ton of accidents, that kind of you'll get the light. So she said, well, it sounds to me like you need to do another traffic study. And they said, well, we can, and she goes, no, do another traffic study. And so they said, okay, how about we'll do it this year? And she said, good. And they said, we'll do it late summer. And she goes, no, that makes no sense, because you do it when school's in, because there's a school right up there and all the kids are driving, parents and all this other stuff. And they said, fine, we'll do it in the fall. And she goes, good. And she said, now, based upon what you know, what do you think is going to happen? And they said, honestly, we think it'll meet the warrant this time. And she, yeah, I know it. And she said, so they're getting their light? And they said, very likely, yeah. And she said, good. How long will that take? And they said, well, we got a design. And she goes, by the end of the year? And they said, oh, what year? And believe it or not, and she has promised me that if she is, well, she's already starting this, but if she's elected to the Senate, and I'm not endorsing anybody, can't do that from here, but she said that she's working on this, believe it or not, this is the law. The federal government since the 80s, I got this from MDOT people, the federal government has a Buy American requirement for state and local governments when it comes to traffic devices. Now, there might be some exceptions, and I know you don't buy it, but whether it's an excuse or whatever, this is the way it is. And so she said, well, what's wrong with that? I think that's great. And they said, well, hardly anybody does it. In America, there's not much American made for this stuff. And so then I said, well, why don't you pre-order it? Pre-order it for us. You know, it's going to need a pole and you're going to need this and that. And believe it or not, most of the work there is done because they planned ahead when they did this other work. Do you know that when they lowered the hill a few years ago, do you know why they didn't lower that more? Because they tried, what? Well, I'm going to answer you. That was a rhetorical question, but that's okay. So anyway, they couldn't because of the way the drives are. They would be too steep and not usable. So they said we did what we could, but they have got the hardware installed underground that it needs. And believe it or not, to put these things in, you got to take the thing apart, the whole intersection. You can't just put like lights up. So a lot of the work is done, but she also said that she's going to stay on them. She's going to make sure this gets done. I asked her a question. She just looked at me, and I think she was pretending she couldn't hear me. Because I said, look, I know it's probably improper for us to know when MDOT's going to do their study, because we will get everybody out there driving through there. And she looked at me like, please don't ask me to let you know when they're going to do it. So I didn't ask her, but we went up to that point. But no, there's going to be a traffic study this fall. And then they said actually they were pretty confident, more likely than not, it's going to meet the warrants, and we will have a light probably in mid to early 28. So that's good. And so I thank her for that, because it made me feel bad, though, because she said, how long have you been trying to do this between Jim and me? Over 25 years. And she gave me this look, and I said, yeah, I know, 2 weeks. I get it. Yeah, I'm very impressed. Fine. You did it in 2 weeks and we couldn't do it in 25 years. I get it. But no, this is the first time since you've been here, first time since I've been here since 2000, and we're going to get a light there, and I'm very, very, very confident. But I will keep you posted on that, and we'll also let you know if we do get a heads up when that study is going to be done. But stay tuned on that because we absolutely do need that light there. And I also told her that's not going to be the end because we want one at Sunfish and Canonsburg Road, but that's not state. So I just believe in traffic devices. So anyway, we're on MDOT, at least she is. So anyway, that's my update for that. So, all right, the big thing. This is cool because I love this place. Come on up. Tell us what you want. Historical Society.
Hello, everyone. I am Hillary Hatch. I'm from the Cannon Township Historical Society. I'm currently the secretary, and we've got quite a few members. Sam Fessenden, our president, Larry Harrington, our vice president, Katie Rittemeyer and her daughter Rebecca Rittemeyer, trustee and loyal member. I'm not sure if I need to say my address, but I live in Cannon Township. I'm 68015 Mile Road. And we are asking to launch a digitization project.
A what?
I
can't say it.
Digitization, yeah. We're kind of, I've been practicing.
I'm hoping you'll explain what that is.
Yeah. We're requesting funding of $8,000 to launch this project for our present generation and generations to come. And what that looks like is it's taking our collection. So we currently are housed at the old town hall off of Canonsburg Road in Canonsburg Village. And that's our museum. We're open in the summers. It's a volunteer project. We have so many people give so many hours. We have incredible artifacts that are from Cannon Township. Names that you would recognize as street names, as neighbors, as people you went to school with. And we have documents and photos and stories and diaries, memoirs of these people. Incredible things are there, but it's really hard to access it. So if someone wants to go, okay, what's Steele's Corner? My last name's Steele. I think there was a homestead somewhere. Well, you'd have to contact us, and then you'd have to come in. We'd have to schedule a time, and it really is an obstacle for a lot of people. So I have this dream of kind of bridging the gap between what we have in physical form at the museum, but making it accessible to everyone. And that's through digitization. So we would ask for funds to pay a company or pay someone who this is their job to come in and scan all of these documents, label them, organize them, and then one day maybe put them on the township website. So if someone says, okay, well, my last name is Steele, and I think we had a homestead. Where was that? Is it still standing? Who owns it? Whatever. You could go on and look at one of the homesteads, and you could search by a name, and then they would be able to populate photos that we have, records that we have, stories that we have that are in metal filing cabinets that hold so many incredible treasures. But like I said, not many people get to see them. So
is 8 enough for all that?
You know, to be honest, I don't know the answer to that question. I've never done something like this before.
Ask for money?
Oh, no, I've asked for money before.
I was going to say, okay.
I used to be on the PTO at my school.
Well, okay. All right, keep going.
Yeah, so I'm thinking very ballpark, 5,000 scanned images. That's photos, that's any booklets that aren't already digitized. So we're not going to take a plat map, for example, from 1907 that we have that's like this big. We're not going to scan that. That's already available online. We could link that maybe, but that's not something. We're looking for things that are kind of more unique to Cannon Township that are not available online. And it starts with our history, our homesteads, our founding people, the schoolhouses, the churches, things like that.
Do you have more?
Yeah, a little bit.
Keep going.
We're hoping to also, it's kind of a critical time right now because we have, and some of them are sitting right here, we have these incredible people who've lived here for decades. Their families have been here for generations. And the information that they have, I don't have. I didn't grow up on a dairy farm. I don't have a street named after my last name, but they do. And so we need to gather that information that they have to preserve it so that it can continue to serve us for years coming forward. And we have maybe 10 years. The population's aging. And if we can't capture that information, how can we teach, the younger ones? I think there's so much value in learning more about where you live, learning who owned my property, who cut down the trees, who pulled the stumps, who moved the rocks to a rock pile.
Wow.
I think there's value in that because then it helps create ownership. Like, I'm a part of a much bigger thing. I'm a part of a much bigger scale of people who did so much to make it possible for me to live in a home that was built in 2009 off of 5 Mile by Heiser Lake. Along with that, there's all kinds of incredible photographs that we have. Pando, Cannonsburg Ski, schoolhouses, churches. We have family genealogies that we'd like to put up. So another thing is creating these audio clips from members who are knowledgeable about the things that we have in our museum and then making them into a QR code. And what that would mean is if someone comes into the museum, they could see any of these artifacts that I have no clue what they do. Some of them I do, but a lot of them I don't. So they could scan this image, and then what would pop up is an audio and a visual of maybe Sam explaining what this lamp is and how it was used right here in Cannon Township and the name of the person who donated it. So I think that just creates way more education to our community and to our schools that come during second grade. They will also be coming and visiting the museum. So to have that would be great.
How long have you been working with the place?
I've been a member since 2016. I'm just moved back to Cannon Township after a 6-year hiatus in the Twin Cities. Before then, I lived here for 4 years. But I've been, I think it was in April, I was called or nominated and sustained as the secretary. But I've been an avid member for years.
Well, the reason I ask is because you're very persuasive and you know what you're talking about. But I have, so who has thought, Jessica, you've been working on this with them a little bit, right?
Yes, sir.
What do we need to know other than what she said?
I mean, she sold it for herself, right?
She did.
But same thing, just want to make sure we record this history and being clear with the financial ask today. It's just in the capturing of the digitization. That's not the price for putting it on our website.
Right. Well, let me ask a general question. Does anybody have a problem with this concept for getting the money for now? Anybody have a problem with it? Because I have an idea. What I suggest, tell me if I'm wrong. It may be a bad idea. But I don't know that you want to limit yourself to $8,000 because what if it's not enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you will work with them, and what I suggest you do is spend some time, and if you needed some money for this, you have some in that we can get you that. But I don't think I want to limit ourselves and shortchange it because I think it should be done right because you obviously it's a great play. I went in there with the chief most recently. I forget when that was. It is fascinating. I couldn't believe it. I mean, well, I could because I've been in there before, but it is. I wish people would use it more. Is there another way is there a way we could publicize it more? Or do you want more publicity for it?
Yeah, I think we do. I mean, especially since right now, really the only way to access all that information is by physically coming in. I took over our Facebook. I'm the content creator for our Facebook.
I've watched.
Okay, so that's me.
Yes.
That's me that posts. So we went from 22 likes in October of last year to 144. We're currently running Who Has the Largest Tree in Cannon Township. I am the historical commentator in the newsletter.
It's awesome.
So that's our main form right now.
So would you all mind if you did instead of, we could vote on the 8 and you'll get it, I think. We haven't voted yet, but I'd be shocked. But you might want a little more. And so what I would suggest, unless you tell me you don't want to do it this way, but what I would suggest is why don't you, if you haven't yet, come together with exactly what it is you want to do, like get it all the way onto the website, finish the thing, get it done, right? And then figure out what all of that will cost and maybe get some bids because we have a bid policy, but sometimes it makes sense not to. But that's what I would suggest and get us some real numbers. And then we can formally approve a quote.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So would you like bids for the the scanning and the digitization, and then
However you
also
want to do
bids
it.
for the
It may,
website.
yeah, it may be a bunch of different places or whatever, but if you put it together, I think it ought to be done right.
Well, the only reason why we were trying to do this portion first, and I think your way is a great idea, because we were worried it might take too long, and we wanted to
You
start,
want to start? Okay,
working on this because kids are off for the summertime. They might need to help volunteer
I see. No,
or
that makes
get
sense.
paid a little bit.
You
I don't
know
know
what you're doing.
but
So, would you rather have a vote on the 8 for now? Is that what you want? Whatever you want.
I would
Larry?
personally, I would like to see this. Give them the 8 to start out,
All right.
and if it's going to take more, come back and do it.
I'm fine with it. What'd you say?
Let's get the ball rolling.
What?
We did some pictures at home. My son did some pictures at home.
Yeah.
And I think you should be asking for a lot more money based on what we did. I think it's a great project.
Mhm.
I'm in favor of it. But at $8,000, I personally, I think you're going to need a lot more money. And if I was you, I would ask for it.
Okay.
Well, all right. So, the good news is you're going to be fine. You're going to get what you want.
Okay.
The bad news is we have to figure out exactly what you want. So,
Okay.
but we'll do that right now. So what we could do is, knowing that you're likely going to need fairly significant, potentially more money, we have it, and it's a good cause. So we can do a motion. Jim is apparently pretty ready to make it, where we award the $8,000. We grant the $8,000 request, and you'll get that. You can spend it how you see fit. You will need more, I am certain of it, and you can come back with that. Or you can do it the way we talked about. Doesn't really, well, all right. Why don't we do this? Why don't we start with 8?
Okay.
And you guys, I know you're going to be very judicious with it. You're not going to, we won't see everybody driving in new historical society cars with
Not 3,000.
look at our new cars. So, well, they're leased. So,
Oh, okay.
so, yeah, why don't we do this? Why don't we start with 8 and
Okay.
you guys put your, and that will also, some of that 8 could go to putting together, paying to maybe get somebody involved to, well, Jessica knows, you all know what you're doing. Figure it out. Let's start with 8, okay?
I'll make that motion.
Oh, you just did. Is there support?
Support.
All right. All those in favor?
Can we have a question? before we
Yeah.
go- before we
Sorry.
go?
Yeah.
So I don't know, Hillary, if you've looked into this, and Jess, you might know, are there services that you all could use that will do the scanning and processing? Because the way I look at this, it's going to be 1,000,000 hours to get all that content.
Correct. And I think that's exactly why. Like, I initially thought, okay, maybe if I just worked 25 hours a week volunteer, there's no way I could do it. Like,
Yeah,
I looked through museum, and there's just no way. Yeah. So that's the hope, is that a large portion of what we're asking for will go to a company or someone who specializes in this, that does it efficiently, that organizes it, that presents it to us on an external hard drive, and then we can, that's the end goal. So I'm going to reach out to a couple of other historical museums like Ada Township that are, a bit bigger than ours, and ask them, do you have someone that you've used, and kind of see, what are the best practices in the area.
Excellent.
I'd be happy to present updates every so often to let you know how the funds are being used. And you're, of course, always welcome to come visit us at the museum.
Okay.
We can vote, but I do have one more comment after we vote.
We'll do it now, because
Okay.
once we vote, it's done.
Jess, you and I talked a while back about taking and updating the book, the Canon book.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that project still moving at all, or?
That
The
blue one?
the project's still working.
Okay.
We're actually trying to figure out where it might go best on the website, but then with these moving parts too, I think it should all be as one
Absolutely.
cohesive thing. So it's moving, but it's at a pace.
Okay. So Hillary, you probably know this. So there's a lot of people that have come to us and said some of the information in the book is kind of close, maybe, but they want to tweak it. And a lot of people said they want to have their stories in there too. So Jess had said that she could help pull that together and explode the old book, scan it, add to it, and make it digitized. So
That would be wonderful. Yeah, we'd be happy to be a part of anyone
See?
who wants to offer a story to put that in or to make it possible.
We're already coming up with ways that you can spend money. So that's good.
Wonderful.
So I get good reports, by the way, before we vote, from Taylor Allman. Do you work with her at all?
Yes, she's our newest volunteer.
She is, and she just loves it there. She just reports back because I know her family, and um, she was going to go into pharmacy, and she got into history, at Grand Valley, and then she just she wants to be a museum curator because of this
Right.
job that you all have. No, she just thinks.
Yeah, we've been really grateful for
Except Sam. She doesn't like Sam. I don't know why. I'm kidding you. There's a little clash there. I don't know. But no, she just thinks this is the greatest place in the world, which it is. So, all right. All those in favor of spending the 8 for now, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. So you've got it.
it. Wonderful. Thank you so
Don't be shy
much.
about coming back, though, because we want to do it right.
Yeah, I
Hey,
agree.
One of the questions somebody asked is what we're doing to, or what the museum's doing to get their name out. And just recently, this year, we became a member of a regional cemetery.
What is it?
Or regional historical society.
It's the Rye River Historical
Oh, yeah.
Network.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
There are 30 museums in the 5-county area covering Thornapple, Flat, and Grand River. We have an additional 3 museums that want to now join us again.
Wow.
We just were able to get into all the visitor centers around the state of Michigan. We just printed up 2,500 little trifolds. I stopped at Mackinac City this weekend, and we are right here between Byron Center and Cascade. And so they have us in already, even though we just joined in January.
Really? Well, good for you.
So they're working on.
Well, if you keep this up, we started in that building. I'm wondering if we shouldn't plan on trading spaces. We'll go over there and you can have this building.
There you
if
go.
you keep being as successful as you are.
This would be a big crowd in that building.
That's right. Can you believe that was the Township Hall? Isn't that something?
My dad was clerk over there for many years.
You lived right by there, right, when you were growing up?
No.
No. Yeah.
You did.
Over the top of the hill.
Yeah, and Jerry told me before that you would play on that hill, counting cars and doing stuff, and
Yes.
yeah, right,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. What were you going to say, Sam?
My grandparents and my dad grew up over there
Did they?
in the building.
Wow, that's a historical thing. So, all right, so you got your money.
Wonderful.
Don't be shy about coming back.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Also, Hillary, I think I've got the biggest oak tree. I'll send it to you. We'll see. Yeah. It'd take about 3 people, maybe 4, to touch fingertips.
Give me the circumference.
All right. It's about 70 feet high, and it's huge.
Okay.
Where
Yeah.
is that?
Right in my driveway.
In your driveway?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have already talked about the email on the data centers, but you'll keep us posted, Jessica, what the planning commission's doing with that. But we are on that. All right. Do we have any committee reports? Anybody?
I've got one. Just wanted to mention we've been getting some reports on the pickleball courts of music. So I wanted to remind people that music is not allowed on the pickleball courts. Reasoning being, if it's a song you like, it's never loud enough. And if it's a song you hate, it'll always be too loud. So for that reason, we've said no music. So so we need to curtail that, please. Also, getting reports of some swearing. So we have kids out there, we have families out there. So please, if you're on the pickleball courts, please keep it clean. Thank you.
Thanks. Anybody else have anything? Nobody?
I do.
What
I
you
do.
got?
Summer Lingo Bingo will be going out in the summer tax bills.
I saw that.
Yes, so that will be going out, and then there will be stickers and ice cream when you turn in the bingo card at the fire department down the way. Just
very cool.
It's really cool. It's got a VW bus with a little tent on top of it and some pine trees. That's pretty awesome.
This is such a cool place. And anyway, what? Go ahead. What do you got?
It's already on the website too, so if someone wants to get an early start, they can download the.
How are the bricks going?
That was the next thing I had. They're going well. We've sold a little over 90, which brings the grand total to a little over $12,000 raised.
Yep. That's good. Good. All right. Anybody board comment? Anybody have anything other than go ahead?
Yes, I was actually speaking with one of your trustees, Ms. Davies, this weekend, and she reminded me that July 8th at 6 p.m., the Declaration of Independence should be read. It's like a statewide thing that's happening, and I wanted to see if anyone on the board would be interested in allowing me to plan an event around that. Maybe we could do it
What is
here. We actually read the Declaration of Independence on July 8th at 6 p.m. I thought it'd be a pretty cool community thing.
I do it.
Kind of last minute, but
Do it.
okay.
You want to do it here instead of the historical building? Might be cool in front
Well,
of the historical building.
Whatever you, I mean, I think the president brought it up and there wasn't interest, or is there interest for us to, whatever you guys are thinking? It's a community app project.
We do it here, we could maybe stream it and have it.
Ooh, that would be
Who
cool, too.
reads it?
Well, we would get groups of people to pick sections to read. So you would obviously do the beginning, right? And then Jim
Who?
could do Steve could do the beginning. Jim could do the second part. David
Mhm.
could just all, or we could get some cute, or I shouldn't say they're cute. We could get some Girl Scouts or Eagle Scouts or Boy Scouts or whatever
I think that's a great idea.
to read, or the schools. I mean, I just wanted to see if you wanted me to try to pull
Yes.
something together.
Can we get some costumes like the founding fathers?
If
No.
do you guys
You
have
know-
any that we could borrow?
Do you know though, as I was listening to you, I refrained, and I'm so glad I did. I was going to say, when do you plan on doing this?
It's July 8th.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not the 8th. Is it the 8th?
It says she said
July 8th at 6 p.m.
Why
is
aren't we
when-
doing? I thought it was on the 4th. Why wouldn't you do it on the 4th?
It's I don't know who, you guys might have more information on who actually set it
You
up.
want to do it on the 8th? It's fine. So there's a reason to do it on the 8th. Well, we'll do it on the 8th. What day of the week is that?
That's a Wednesday.
Oh, I think that's very exciting.
Let's
we
do
can
it.
do that.
So, okay.
Do we have
Well,
to
I
vote on
will-
it? I don't know if we need to.
What do we do? What?
Is there any money you need for this? Because you were talking about the event. And
Well-
if there is money, let's do
Sure.
it.
Well,
if
there's
you
money.
guys-
Where would what budget would it come out of?
I was going to say, why don't we do it?
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, let's.
How much are we
take out
talking?
Some trails.
How much are we talking?
How much? I mean,
If it's not a lot of money, let's just,
can you give me
Do it.
500?
can we do that through donation?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Let
Let's just do it. Let's do it through donation.
We'll get money.
Okay.
We'll get that. money.
No, that's really exciting. Actually, the declaration. That's cool. I didn't know that about the 8th. I didn't know that. Wow.
6 p.m. will be the reading.
And where do you want to do it? Here.
Location will be to be
To be
determined.
determined.
Who's going to read is going to be determined, but I will have all the information ready. Well, we won't have a meeting till the 14th or the 13th.
You planning on doing it in the evening?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. July 8th. I will get the information and
Figure it out, and let's
we'll
because that's
disseminate it
coming
on
up. You
Facebook.
know.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. So.
All right, so we'll do that. All right. Anybody else have comment? Anybody? I have a question. After our board meeting, Katie, last time we were talking about the artists. So I said on the fly, because you were going to, there were 4, right? And she was going to go to facilities and try to narrow it down to 1. And I said, why make it a competition? Why not just let all 4? We got plenty of wood, I think, right? Do you think? So why don't we just let all 4 do something, and we can highlight 4 people from the area, and they can each have their thing.
I don't have a problem with that at all, as long as they have good ideas. I mean,
Yeah, you'd have to approve the ideas. Yeah, there will be. Yeah, we can do that.
why don't we do this? Katie, I know you and I are going to chat afterwards, and I apologize. I've been out of town. I just got back this afternoon. When you get all the concepts, why don't you and I just have a quick huddle, review them, and then I can run them by Jim and Chief, who is also on the facilities committee. And, maybe we don't need to have them all come in and present their ideas. If they all look great and we want to do it and the cost is in line, we'll move forward.
Yeah, we'll find
Does
the
that sound
money.
good to you, Jim?
Are you? But I don't want to take that. That's not something you want to do. If that's okay with you, I don't want to.
It's very true.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Sounds good.
Well, no offense to anybody, but am I hearing this right? That we've got the chief, we've got Todd and Jim reviewing artwork. Does anybody else see a problem with that? Just conceptually? Yeah. Got a real Guggenheim over
Are
here.
you saying I don't have good taste in art?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I
Because you'd probably be right.
Oh, I know I'm right. I just don't want to be rude, like I said, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. But you're on it too, so. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But I think I just seem to make sense to me. Why make it a competition? If you got 4 people wanting to do something and highlight their stuff, why not do it? Right? I do too. Cool. Good. All right. We'll do that. And now, public, now we're about, are we done then? Right? Public comment?
I don't think you've done second public comment.
What?
I don't think you've done the second public comment.
No, I haven't yet. So we're down to that. Who has anything? Anybody? Do you have anything to say? Anybody? Bob, you're going to keep us updated. We got that done. All right. Anything else? Anybody? Nothing? All right. We're adjourned.
I suggest